What's up, guys? Happy Thursday, and today we're going to do our second full workout of core. And I don't know about you, but last week I was sore for days after that core workout. I'm not sure if it's a little dark in here. One of the lights burnt out. We're trying to cover it up with some studio lighting, some photography lighting, so I'm not sure if that's okay. But hopefully you guys can see me all right. Today's workout has 8 different groups. Each group has 2 exercises, so we have quite a bit of different variety here today. So I'll go through the demo a bit faster than normal because I don't want to spend 10 minutes just doing the demo. Timing is going to be 20 seconds on, 5 seconds off. You're going to alternate between those 2 exercises for 6 total sets, so 3 rounds. And then you'll have a 30-second break before moving on to the next one. All right, so the first one, you're going to need 1 dumbbell, and we're going to do a wood chop. So with the wood chop, you're going to get to a squat position. Make sure you're not rounding from the back. Reach up and then diagonally chop down. Nice and tall, nice and proud the whole time. Don't allow the hip to shift. Don't allow the knees to cave in. Don't allow that back to round. So wood chops, great exercise for the entire core, especially the obliques. Second one, you're going to drop that weight. You're going to do a side bridge. So you're going to get to a side plank position. From here, you're going to drop the hip and bring it up. Drop the hip, bring it up. If you can't do that in the stack position, you can cross over. Same thing, you can drop that knee, hip down, hip up. So side bridge, there's 3 rounds. So since both of these exercises technically are working both sides, even though it seems like it's unilateral, don't worry too much about switching halfway through that third. So the second group, we're going to start with marches. You can do the marches either with 1 or 2 weights. I like to use 1 weight here. A little bit more core activation, but you can use 2 dumbbells. You can even go overhead. You're just going to march 1 knee up at a time. And hold that at your hips for about a second or 2. Second one is a lever plank. So you get to a plank position. The only difference here is you're going to bring those elbows out a little bit further than normal. So out nice and far and hold. You can also do this one in a high plank, making sure that your back's not overarching. If you can't do that or if you're not comfortable doing that, regular plank is fine. The next one, hollow press, you can do with 1 or 2 weights. You're going to get into a hollow hold, so remember, if you don't remember what a hollow hold is, go back to that instructional video that I sent out with the hollow hold and the plank. So get into your hollow hold position, shoulders up, legs up, and then you're going to do a chest press while you're holding that position. So good for the chest, good for the abs. Second one here is going to be a bicycle crunch, elbow to knee, reach out with that opposite leg. That one's going to really hit the abs. So that entire station is going to be a lot harder than the first 2. Next, we're going to do a Turkish sit-up. If you're going too heavy here, you might not be able to use the weight here, but I'll show you both variations. So Turkish sit-up, you're on your back, keep your arms straight the whole time, sit up and reach. Nice and controlled. So if that weight is too heavy, if you have a lighter weight, great. Otherwise, just go body weight. And if you can't do a full sit-up, a crunch is a good alternative for that one as well. The next exercise will be flutter kicks. So you're on your back, low back is flat, legs up. You can even go hands underneath if you find your back starts to arch a little bit. The next one, you'll need 2 dumbbells. We're going to do a plank reach out. So get into a high plank, push-up position, and you're just going to step your weights out, bring it back in. Back. The second one, you're going to do a plank walk. So low plank position, elbows out, elbows in. If you can go further, go even further. Both of these exercises really work the same type of function. One is with weights, one is in a low plank. After that, we're going to do kick throughs. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. The kick through is going to require a little bit more mobility. So you're going to bring your foot underneath your hip and kick through. Same thing on the other side. If you can't do that, just try to bring your knee to your elbow. Okay, so if you're not able to do the kick through, just go knee to elbow. And then you're going to do another sit-up variation in a frog position. So soles of the feet pressed together, knees out. And once you come up, you're going to rotate to the side. So sit up, rotate to the side. So not just working the abs here, but the obliques as well. And if you can't do that, any crunch variation is a good alternative. The next one, you're going to do very short bear crawl strides. Keep your hips low, knees nice and low, back straight. Just go back and forth. You don't need to go long distance here. If you'd rather just hold that position, you can hold the bear crawl position as well. Then you're going to do knee twists. I find this one's a little bit easier with the weight. The weight's going to hold you down. So you're going to get to a 90-degree angle. From here, you're going to twist your knees side to side. You should always have one side of your hip touching the ground the whole time. And then the last exercise, the last group here, you're going to start with a bridge rotation. So get into a hip bridge position, grab one weight, and then rotate, staying in that hip bridge position. So this is more of an anti-rotation because your core is staying stable, your hips and your shoulders are squared up towards the ceiling the whole time. And the last one here, you'll need access to a wall. If you don't have access to a wall, that's okay, you can just do a regular plank. But if you do have a wall, we're going to do a wall plank. You can do this one either in a high plank and hold, or low plank and hold. This one's going to require you to really push against the wall. I know a lot of you are going to say it's slippery and it's slipping and sliding, but if you create enough stability, you can do a barefoot, socks, or shoes. It's just a matter of getting to that right position. All right, so 20 on, 5-second transition, 6 total sets. We'll start with the wood chop and the side bridge in just a few seconds. All right, so the wood chop, you just need the one dumbbell here. You're going diagonal with the weight. And we will begin in 3, 2, 1. There we go, let's go. So you're going to go side, weight goes outside the knee, and then up, diagonally. Notice that I'm going down into a regular squat position, working the entire core here. Not everything has to be plank or a crunch. 3, 2, 1, 5 seconds, side bridge coming up next. Ready? Let's go. So side plank position, drop your hip, drive up. So down, back up. Once we're done this, we're going to do a wood chop on the other side. This one's another good exercise for the obliques. 3, 2, 1. So wood chop, same thing other side. Ready? Let's go. Get that nice diagonal. Make sure you're keeping that chest up, back straight. If the weight's too heavy, you can go just body weight here, but you should be able to use even a relatively heavy weight if you're doing this one correctly. 3, 2, 1. So side bridges, other side. Ready? Let's go. Drop down, drive up. Making sure that you have a neutral spine the whole time, allowing the hips to do the work down and up. We're gonna go back to wood chops. Up next for one more round. 3, 2, 1. One more of each. Wood chops up next. You choose the side. Ready? Let's go. So watch out for your knees. I see a lot of people really buckle the knees or switch their hips going side to side. That means you're really losing that core stability. 3, 2, 1. Last set, side bridge. Ready? Let's go. So once we're done this, we'll take a 30-second break and we'll move on to the next group. So the workouts can be pretty fast-paced. Alternating between 2 exercises, taking a 30-second break after 6 sets, and going through all 8 groups. 3, 2, 1, and break. So we're gonna take 30 seconds. Marches and lever plank. The march you can either go 1 or 2 in, lever plank, low plank, walk out as far as you can, and hold. So I'm going to use 1 weight here, but if you want to use 2, that's totally fine. The heavier the better, if you can do it with good form. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 1 knee up. Come down slow and controlled. Really important that you focus on mind-muscle connection like we did yesterday with the legs. This time, more on engaging the core here. The knees are secondary, legs are secondary. Core should be the primary factor here. 3, 2, 1. lever plank. Okay, ready? Let's go. So bring those elbows out and hold. Making sure that your back's not arching, not letting the hips get down too low, just maintaining that position. If you can't do it, bring your elbows back, get into a regular plank. 3, 2, 1. So if you went single arm, you're going to switch sides here for the march. Ready? Let's go. Taking your time. And try to minimize the amount of movement coming from your torso and the rest of your body here. That's where the core stability comes into play. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Back to the lever plank. Ready? Let's go. You can do this one in a high plank as well. Walk out and hold. I just find with the high plank, I find my hands slipping a little bit, so I always prefer the low plank. And actively tuck your hips in, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your quads, squeeze your abs. 3, 2, 1. One more round, back to the marches. Ready? Let's go. Remember to hold that knee up for about a second or two at the top before coming down nice and controlled. Everything is slow and controlled here. 3, 2, 1. Okay, last one. Lever plank, and then we'll take a 30-second break. Ready? Let's go. Make sure you're breathing here the whole time as well, so you're not just holding your breath and forcing your abs to contract, but it's about holding that contraction while breathing at the same time. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and break. 30 seconds. Hollow press, so hollow hold with the chest press. You can use 1 or 2 weights with bicycle crunches. So I have a feeling this one's going to be one of the harder groups because both of these exercises are going to really hit those abs hard and often. Okay, so we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, hollow hold, and press. So elbows all the way down if you can. Now typically when we do a chest press, you don't want your back to be flat, but for this one we do, because odds are your back being super heavy, you're not maxing out. You're not going to hurt your shoulder here. 3, 2, 1. Bicycle crunches next. Ready? Let's go. So you go elbow to opposite knee and extend that leg. Nice and slow here. Too many people make the mistake of going way too fast when they're doing this exercise. You should be slow and focusing on that rotation. 3, 2, 1. Back to the hollow press. Round 2. Ready? Let's go. So make sure that low back stays flat. If you want to make it easier, legs up. If you want to make it harder, legs down. Try to keep those shoulders off the ground if you can. That really forces your low back into the ground, which makes it much tougher and better for the core. 3, 2, 1. Bicycle crunches next. Okay, ready? Let's go. Side to side. Really focus on bringing your shoulders to each side. So as you rotate, shoulders should be square to one side and vice versa. Abs should be burning by now. 3, 2, 1. One more of each. Hollow press. Okay, ready? Let's go. Low back is flat. Legs out. Shoulders up. You can always just hold this position as well if you prefer. You don't have to do the press. Making sure that your back's not arching here. If you have to take a second or two to regroup, feel free to do that. 3, 2, 1. Last one, bicycle crunches. Ready? Let's go. Last set here. We'll take a nice 30-second break after this one. Abs should be on fire after this. Just a lot of constant tension with the neutral spine. 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna take 30 seconds. The next one will be the Turkish sit-up. If you can do it with one weight, great. If not, body weight is fine. One arm stays overhead. Second one, flutter kicks on your back. So if you do have light weights, the light weights might be best for the Turkish sit-up here. Going too heavy, you might lose that range of motion. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you keep your arms straight the whole time. You're not chest pressing. So you're not starting with the bent elbow and extending out. Arms stay straight the whole time. Sit up and reach. Nice and high. Good upper back exercise here as well. 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks. Remember, you can go hands underneath here if you like. Ready? Let's go. Straight legs. Make sure you're moving from the hips, not from the knees. Too many people do like a bent knee variation with the flutter kicks. But you really want those legs as straight as you can. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Back to the Turkish sit-up. Other side this time. Ready? Let's go. Reach up, extended arm, and then sit up and reach. So when you're on your back, the weight is above your chest. When you're in a seated position, the weight is over your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks up next. Ready? Let's go. So straight legs here. So only go hands under your hips if you know that your back is struggling to remain neutral and flat, which is probably the case after that last set anyway. 3, 2, 1. Turkish sit-up. Ready? Let's go. So you can choose the side of one for this last round. Nice and controlled on the way down as well. Keep breathing. Take extra breaks if you need them. 3, 2, 1. Last set here, flutter kicks. Okay, ready? Let's go. So 20 seconds here, then we'll take a break, and we'll move on to the next group. This is group 4 of 8. Keep it going, almost there. 3, 2, 1, and done. Take 30 seconds. The next one is going to be both of those plank lockout variations. First one with dumbbells, second one, low plank. Keep the feet anchored though. So you will need 2 weights here. Okay, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. And of course, the farther you walk out, the harder it's going to be. So adjust accordingly. Try to switch sides so you're not always walking out first from the same side. 3, 2, 1. Next, same thing but in a low plank with no weights. Ready? Let's go. So no bend in the knees, walk out, back in. If you want to take 2 or 3 step outs with your elbows to make it harder, feel free to do that. Good anti-rotation, anti-extension exercise here as well. 3, 2, 1. Back with the weights for round 2. Ready? Let's go. Step out, back in. Of course, go at your own pace. I would expect everyone to keep up the exact same pace here. Modify as needed. Keep those legs nice and straight. 3, 2, 1. And if you're really struggling with this one, you can always drop down to your knees as well. Ready? Let's go. Low plank walk. Obviously, a lot of time under tension, very short breaks, making these workouts pretty challenging. But it's the best way to train your core. 3, 2, 1. Round 3, one more of each, back with the weights. Ready? Let's go. So watch out for your hips, that they're not dropping down too low. Watch out for your back, that you're not arching it. Everything is about neutral spine and control. 3, 2, 1. Last one, plank walk, low plank position. Ready? Let's go. And then we'll take a nice 30-second break before moving on to the next group. But it's a relatively short workout, so it is tiring, it's a lot of volume, but you're not going to be doing this for too long. 3, 2, 1, and break. So take 30 seconds. The next one, we're going to do the kick through, the frog sit-ups with the side reach. So you won't need any weights for this group. The kick through, if you can, try to kick your leg all the way through. Otherwise, if you can't do that, which is okay, try to bring your knee to your opposite elbow. We're going to start at 3, 2, 1. So full kick through will look like this. It's going to require a bit of strength and mobility. If you can't do that, elbow to knee. Same idea though, just requires less strength and mobility. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. We're going to do those frog sit-ups, so feet together, knees out. Ready? Go. And then as you come up, you're going to rotate to one side. So it's like a twist. So it turns it from a regular ab exercise and adds a little bit of obliques. 3, 2, 1. Round 2, kick throughs. Okay, ready? Let's go. This is also a good exercise for stretching out your hip flexors and your quads. You can also go knee to elbow. 3, 2, 1. So you'll notice these frog sit-ups are a little bit harder than regular sit-ups. Ready? Let's go. It's because you're not using your legs to help out. Your legs are totally out of the equation here. You're basically doing the entire exercise with your abs, with your core. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Last one here, one more round. Kick throughs. Ready? Let's go. And you'll notice it requires quite a bit of shoulder stability as well, especially with all the shoulder work we did in that last group. So you might feel the shoulders getting a little tired. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Last set here, frog sit-ups. Ready? Let's go. Take a nice 30-second break after this. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, take 30 seconds. 2 more groups. Bear crawl or bear hold with the knee twists or rotations on your back. So since I don't really have any space here, I'm going to do the bear hold. But if you have some space, bear crawl back and forth. Keep your back straight, knees nice and low. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So for me, I'm just holding that position. For those of you who have more space, try to block it out just a little bit. Keep those knees low, keep that chest up, keep your back straight the whole time. We've got 10 seconds to go. Knee twists are up next. 3, 2, 1. So on your back, you may need a weight here to help bring you down. And you're just gonna rotate side to side. So without a weight, just requires a little bit more stability from the rest of your body here, but you're engaging your obliques and those deep core muscles. 3, 2, 1. Round 2, back to the bear crawl. Ready? Let's go. Holding that position, squeezing your abs. So the bear crawl, bear hold, you're going to feel it in one of 3 places, either the shoulders, the abs, or the quads. It's all normal to feel it in any one of those 3 places. 3, 2, 1. Knee twist. Ready? Let's go. Side to side. Remember, one hip is always on the ground. Think about stacking them side to side while keeping at least one shoulder on the ground, if not both. 3, 2, 1. Last round, back to bear crawl. Ready? Let's go. And then after this round, we'll take a break. We're on to that final group coming up. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Last one, knee twist. Go. And you'll start to notice by now, not all core exercises are ab burners. Some you may feel more in other parts of your body, but it's all about stability, anti-rotation, controlling your entire trunk and supporting the spine. 2, 1, and done. Take a break, 30 seconds. Bridge rotations with the wall plank. So this is the last group of the day. Like I said, the workout goes fast. Bridge rotations, you only need one dumbbell, hip bridge position. You're gonna go side to side with that weight. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This is a really good exercise to do on a stability ball as well. With the stability ball, it'll be more actual rotation, less anti-rotation. Whereas this one's kind of anti-rotation because your hips aren't moving side to side, just the weight, and you're resisting that movement. 3, 2, 1. Get into that wall plank. High or low, your choice. Ready? Let's go. So plant those feet. The lower on the wall, the harder it's going to be. The higher on the wall, the easier it's going to be. If you can't do this on a wall, regular plank is okay as well. Don't let that back overarch. 3, 2, 1. Okay, next back to the bridge rotations. Round 2, ready? Let's go, 4 more sets, and then we're all done for today. Okay, side to side. Remember to engage your core here, so really squeeze those abs. Watch out that your hips aren't stacking over each other and going side to side. 3, 2, 1. Wall plank. Ready? Let's go. And I know a lot of you are going to say that you can't do this because your feet are slipping depending on the wall and your feet, stuff like that. There are certain obstacles that make it harder, but you can do it if you create enough tension and stability against the force, against the wall. 3, 2, 1. Last round here. 1 more of each. Hip rotations. Ready? Let's go. Hip bridge and rotate. Keep those hips up the whole time. Good stretch for the shoulders, good for the obliques, and good for the deep TVA muscles underneath your 6-pack. 3, 2, 1. Last one here, wall plank. Ready? Let's go. So keep breathing, squeeze your abs, finish off strong. This is the last set of the day. 10 seconds. Keep holding, press against the wall, especially as you get tired. It gets harder and harder to hold. 3, 2, 1, and we are done. That's it for today, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for cardio.